Hey guys, what is going on? So, you know it, today is the day we passed the first phase of the 200k FTMO assessment. So, yeah, I mean, it's been quite a long ride on that one, to be honest. I mean, it did take some time. Markets were a bit choppy here and there, had a lot to learn, was over trading, taking low quality trades, traded trades outside my trading plan. There were so many things that went on during that phase that honestly, like, I couldn't summarize it in a call in one video alone, but there was one thing that really made a major tipping point for me, which really turned the scales, because it literally went from literally a sideways movement to down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and then a barrier was made around about 5k, and it was very difficult to break through it. But then at some point I came back to break even, took a small break off a few days, got my head straight, and then it was just linear. It just went literally straight up. Every day was just solid profits and just moving forward. Now, yes, you could say that was because there was a lot of momentum in the market and so forth, but ultimately I think it was really down to the fact that I was mentally in the right place, and at the end of the day, I think that's a very, very important thing when it comes to trading, is just making sure that your mindset is in the correct place for you to move forward. So we are in now the second phase of this. I won't be really looking for any trades this morning or probably today. Reason being is I'm going to be going to the gym, going to go to the beach, do some reading and stuff, and just kind of have a little think to myself about the progress I made throughout the last assessment. Not fully taking my foot off the gas, but there was a trade I took this morning, which was a UK 100 short, which actually was the one that passed the assessment for me. And yeah, it's just one of the trades under my belt. But more importantly now is game plan to go from here to 5% profit. Now, that's not very difficult, I'll be honest with you. It's just how am I going to do it? Well, really and truly, I am at a confident state where I could trade with 1% risk, but I don't really feel that it's necessary. I feel like I can still probably do this with 0.5% risk, or even if I wanted to follow the same method I used before that got me to pass my assessment the first time, was trade with 0.25%, build a buffer, and then from there you can increase your risk. Now, it was a really good thing that I did that, because it kept me from losing my account multiple times. Because when I went on a losing streak, had I been on any higher risk, it would have really set me back into the decline area. And when I did decline, it was on lower risk. So the only times that I realized that I made major dips in my first phase was when I was significantly up, call it around about 5, 6, 7%. That's when I would increase risk. And then at that point there was a slight shift in my trading, and call it the probabilistic scale. I was just then taking a bit of low quality trades and stuff, always trying to close the gap between the 5k marker. So even though I set these milestone targets, I kind of got attached to some of them, which I think was quite bad, because really and truly what I should be attached to is the quality and the process behind my trades, and not the monetary figure. But because I was focusing way too much on reaching these monetary milestones, I believe I focused on it way too much, and then because of that, my trading quality suffered, and I was taking lower quality positions. Now, they weren't all invalid, but they weren't the highest or the best quality for the situation I was in. And I think that's a very important thing to establish, that if you're in a certain, let's say you've got 10k to reach your target here. If you're in a position where you're 3k in profit, sure, you could trade with 1,000 per position, but really and truly you have to ask yourself something. If you're taking the position, it's not a case of just increasing the risk to 1% or whatever. It's a case of how good is the trade that you're taking, right? It's not about ultimately about the risk. Like, if you're going to up your risk, you need to up the quality of your trade. And I think it also comes with high risk. Like, you can take high risk trades and they can still play out, but then the quality has to be there. And I think a lot of the time what I noticed with my consistency was when I would then up my risk and I would take a higher in quality trade. I would never go for extreme high risk, but a higher in quality and higher risk trade, I would then still be confident with it because I could take a hit, right? And I could bounce back from that because of the realization I had with my consistency of my trading plan. So just wanted to kind of point that out to yourself, because it's just one of those ones where there's so many layers to this, and really and truly, if you don't knuckle down on things that are really more important, what's going to actually happen is you're not going to grow. So I wanted to just point that out. And another major point for this is I'll probably, because I've got around about 20k drawdown here, I'll probably stick to 0.5% risk. Yeah, in some senses you could argue it would take me a little bit longer, but it's fine. I'm not in a rush to pass this assessment. As much as and as exciting as it could be, nothing really changes. I make 4k, 5k, 8k on this. Nothing changes. I still, I'm still in an assessment, and also, you haven't made any money. Like, where's the golden number, this and that. So, like I said, it's all about quality, process, and that's what I'm really waiting for. So, got a lot of yen pairs shaping up, and so forth, and that's what I'm really looking at, is a lot of these bigger, better trades, waiting for the high quality ones, and then just a couple 5-to-1s, 6-to-1, 8-to-1. In no time I'd literally just be past this. So what I was able to do was really fix that. I actually built some processes for myself to train my eyes. So just created like a document, and then every single day I just log. I literally go through every single pair I can find. If I see a trade that met my setup, I just take the snapshots and put it in there. And I do it every day, and then every night before I go to sleep, I just watch it. Not watch it, sorry, I actually go over each and every single setup that I took from when I started the document, and then I just kind of reprogram the way that I'm looking at the markets. And what it's helped me do was, it's really helped me only focus on what's relevant, if that makes sense. So I've got my trade setups, but I don't want to be seeing everything, because I understand a lot of different type of entries, and it's not necessarily always the benefit to be taking any entry. It's actually better for you to focus on 1 or 2 particular areas in the market that you have a very, very good edge in, and exploit that. And then on the line of probabilities, once you've collected and tested the data, you can then see what is the profitability of just following those particular setups. And if you do that consistently, and you build the discipline, the consistency to do that, it's massive. And then going into what I mentioned on Saturday in the video, it's more about the capital preservation mode and the executional mode. I think those were 2 massive, absolutely huge points, which helped me move forward. I think, knowing, like right now, knowing when I need to step out of the market, not only because the market needs time to correct and kind of develop particular setups, but also I need myself to adjust to the fact that I've just received a new account, and let it kind of soak in, and then cool, when my head's perfectly in the right place, my flow state's flying through the roof, I'm not feeling euphoric, I'm literally feeling fully focused, I'll jump straight back on it. But it's about learning how to mitigate and control yourself in those aspects, because what a normal person, or I say normal, what an average person would do is they would receive this, and they'll probably be very eager to take their first trade. But remember, it's not about who takes the first trade, it's about who takes the best trades. And at the end of the day, I want to be the best version of myself, and the best version of myself will be patient enough. Even if it takes 3-4 days till I get a really good trade, I could take that trade and move this milestone up to 6k, 6%, and then I take another trade, perhaps as a break even, and then I take another trade, and then in a matter of 2 weeks, I was very patient, even a week, and I've gone through this, and then I'm in a much better place. And ultimately, I would have moved the bar very significantly in my favor. So I just wanted to kind of point that out to you guys, that it's slow is fast, depending on your strategy. But one thing that I have realized is, and it's actually a very interesting epiphany, is I can probably day trade, but I don't need to because it's not necessary. I think in volatile market conditions it's very possible, but I think I've been refining and studying the way that I trade, and within it I've been able to find so many different layers of ways of taking entries. Situationally, if I'm up, I could probably just keep going, right? If I'm in this area where I'm in drawdown or hovering around break even, that's when I would take things a little bit more cautiously and slower. But I think when I've broken that 12-15k area, the sky's the limit, really and truly, because at that point there I can go for these entries and I can be creative with risk, and I can really move the pin bar closer to where I need to be. Doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to be in and out of trades like crazy, but it means I can position myself really well and tight enough that I'm well protected. And I think that's a very interesting thing that I'm looking forward to experiencing in the future. So just wanted to make this short video just to kind of point that out, because I know I did start the journey and make the videos, and then I did get a little bit busy because I was really focused on the assessment. I just wanted to really get through it and get my head straight, because I was kind of going up and down, so I had to really fix a lot of things. But most of all, I think yeah, that right now we're progressing pretty well in terms of where we're going. I might make a separate video after I finish both assessments, going over all the trades that I took. Obviously I think anything prior to July I'm going to leave, and I think I'll just look at July onwards, because I did a break-even dance between the prior months, and I think between June and July there was just a bit of ups and downs here and there, a lot of low quality, high quality, good trades, bad trades, and up and down. So I might showcase some of them trades, but I don't think it's necessary to showcase the ones that were just complete crap, because there was quite a few. Actually, there was quite a lot of really crap positions in there. Trying to be very strategic and very tight, but like I said, there's a lot of crap positions in there. So just wanted to kind of point that out. Like, you know, I'm not the finished article in any way. Even if I do pass over this 200k, it doesn't, well, yeah, technically I am a six-figure trader at that point, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you know, everything that I say is absolutely accurate. I think you need to learn from the experiences of someone else, but understand you're a completely different person, and you won't necessarily be challenged with some of those you won't be necessarily challenged with some of those issues. So just wanted to kind of point out. But most of all, I hope you found this video useful, and I will keep you guys updated to see how we progress with this. Hopefully the next video will be probably somewhere in profit or something there, but honestly I think I've reached that peak of my consistency right now, and I'm just very happy with the growth that I'm making. So I look forward to sharing the next video, guys. Take it easy, and I'll catch you in the next one.